right, well, it has been a while, but we are back. Danny Stevens alongside Dylan Beckwith. Tonight, we bring you BRL Split 1, the penultimate round of this championship. We are here at Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace for the Brazilian Grand Prix. It is wonderful to be back. It's been a long time. I think, what was it? Was it Bahrain, I think, was the last race?
Yeah, I think Bahrain was the last race.
Yeah, but anyways, we are back, and it's been almost a full season since we've been here, but what a season it has been, especially for Chandler Seda, currently atop the championship by 49 points coming into this penultimate race. So he essentially has to DNF, and ERS Sam Newton needs to win to keep this thing alive going into Abu Dhabi, and then he would have to DNF again at Abu Dhabi for anyone else to win the championship. So Chandler's essentially got this thing in the bag. He can end it here today, quite obviously, with a 49-point gap, but either way, we got some other battles to pay attention to. Most importantly is the constructors fight right now between Racing Point and Haas. It is only a 10-point gap right now, 318 for the Racing Points and 308 for the Haas's. So we're definitely going to see a lot of hustling back and forth between those two teams. Chandler Seda has really been carrying the weight for Racing Point. He has 314 points, while his teammate Webster hasn't really gotten up to speed with this championship just yet. Only 4 points so far this season, but either way, it is making for a good battle between the constructors. So thank you, John, for not being the fastest of guys out there. So, all right, we see BRL Sparky out there right now. Looks like he's going to be the first one to start a flying lap here under qualifying. And tire wear isn't really much of something that's going to be an error tonight for these guys, because this track is apparently very light on the tire wear. You can really go from softs to mediums if you want to here on a one-stop. So definitely see a lot of guys. Yeah, you could say it, don't worry.
Yeah, strategy is definitely going to have a big part in this race. I think mostly because it's just the track is it's an interesting track nonetheless. I think there's mixed opinions about this. I've heard from many people racing this game that it's either their favorite track or they hate it, so it'll be definitely interesting for how the drivers cope with that.
Yeah, absolutely, and not even whether you like it or dislike it, it is a track that presents a lot of overtaking opportunities.
Absolutely,
and a lot of odd corners where you can kind of chuck it up the inside and make an overtake, especially in the second sector with those really wide late apex corners, especially the one that VRL Sparky is going through right now as he completes his first flying lap. But yeah, expect a lot of guys to be going out on the softs. There will, as usual, be someone trying to go on a harder strategy here, but expect a lot of drivers going out on the softs, trying to get the track position, because, as mentioned, you can one-stop from the softs here tonight. Here comes BRL Sparky around the final corner. Let's see what he can set on his first lap. It is a 108.6, and directly behind him is Chandler Seda going right to the top past him, half a second faster at a 108.19. So well done by him. He's keeping his form up as he has held all season. See who else is on track. We got Ferrari now across the line at 109.8.
Yeah, BRL Jared letting that Ferrari go by. Guess he's trying to get a decent gap.
Yep, definitely is. We're going to see the Red Bull of speed of V12 coming through the second sector, about under the third. Well, thank you guys for coming out tonight. It's almost the end of the season. Not exactly the end of the season, but we're almost there, and it's good to see some dedicated viewers for this league. So thanks for turning up tonight. Anyway, here comes to speed in the Red Bull around the final corner. What's his time going to be as he crosses the line? It is a... All right, I guess he got invalidated because nothing was posted there, so that's unfortunate for him. You see Boss Cookie going up to second at a 108.4 in his Ferrari. Well done by him right now to be in second place. Let me just find the graphic right here for the tires. There we go. So Taylor Clan, interestingly enough, has gone fifth on the mediums at a 109.4. About 1.3 seconds off of Chandler Seda on the softs, so maybe not the best lap from Taylor Clan, but it's a lap on the mediums nonetheless.
Yeah, I think right now there's only about 4 drivers on the medium, so that'll definitely be a interesting strategy and see how that really fares against the softs. But yeah, I guess we'll see during the race.
It definitely is out of the final corner. Comes NZL Venom here. He has 60 points so far this season, so a very respectable season for him. As he comes around that final berm, coming up to the line, it is a All right, I guess he might have been validated because it definitely looked like he was on a flyer there at the end, but either way, he's not of a time up. BRL Skeppy now coming through the second sector. It hasn't been the best season for him whatsoever, only on 14 points. Remember early on when we were doing these races, he wasn't having the best of luck, and it appears that must have continued throughout the season as he runs a bit wide there in the final real corner.
Very unlucky.
On his medium tires.
Yeah, whole pretty much season on pretty unlucky, but hopefully his luck will turn around in this race. You know, anything can happen. Definitely a lot of factors go into Formula One, a lot of variables that can change over the course of the race, and even qualifying. So this will be very interesting to see.
That's X-Webster 3 and John right there. He's in 11th place right now, 110.2 on the soft compound tires. I spoke to him before the race. He said he was having trouble dialing in the setup for his car this weekend in Brazil. He was having troubles with the brakes, especially set to the bias. It's too far rear for him, and he was spinning out a lot in practice, but let's hope that he got that sorted out and he can contend well tonight. As interestingly enough, ERS Ham Newton, one of the fastest guys in this league, has not set a lap yet, but he is soon to cross the line as here he comes entering the third sector. Once again, Ham is the only one who can mathematically challenge Chandler for the title, but it's going to be very difficult as he needs a lot to go his way, including a DNF for Chandler to keep himself in this thing. Anyways, here he comes around the berm. Hope that this is a lap by him, and yes it is. Third place, a 108.5, but still 4/10 off of Chandler Sieta on the Racing Point, so he's going to need to dig deep and find a bit more time then to be able to challenge for pole at least. But
yeah, that was
you never know.
That was a really great first lap from Chandler Sieta. I think that's going to be hard to touch. I mean, obviously the track's going to get grippier as they keep driving on it. Obviously the track's going to get rubbered up, but that was seriously just a really great first lap from Chandler Sieta. It's going to be hard to touch.
Oh Jesus! As LSEM Allen goes up to second place, 108.4. So great lap by him. Yeah, that was a great lap by him as we were focused more on Ham Newton right there. Yeah. But I was thinking maybe Ham has his car set up for the race more so than qualifying. You know, guys could kind of make a slower setup that's kinder to the tires that keeps you going in the race better than it does on the short run.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
You never know
that's the kind of mentality you kind of got to have is, always looking to the, opportunities during the race, maybe like if you want to adjust your strategy, because that's definitely, you could definitely have an advantage over Sieta when it comes to that point of view.
And speaking of, it looks like Chandler is either about to start a lap or he's finishing another lap right here. He's finishing one. He goes 2/10 faster, a 107.9. So we have hit the 107s tonight. An excellent lap by Chandler. As he's nearly half a second clear of second place in the McLaren of LSEM Allen. So well done by him, and yeah, it's another lap on the soft. So I'd expect, he's got 3 sets or 4 sets total, I believe. So I'd expect a third run by Chandler right at the end of the session, and try and improve on his already stellar lap time. Let's see, looks like B-Dunk is getting ready to start another lap here. BRL Jared, wow, he goes up to second place. There's 108.2 by him. He's only 3/10 back on Chandler, so maybe Chandler doesn't have this one just yet. There's still 9 minutes, 20 seconds left in the session, and he's got someone breathing right down his neck on 3/10, so good job by Jared to make this session a bit more interesting. There's New Zealand Ryan, one of the best drivers we know throughout the F1 community, currently 16th on the mediums. He crosses the line right here. He's either starting or, yeah, it looks like he's going to be starting another lap here as he is on the soft compound tires. Actually, right on board. New Zealand Ryan as he comes through that first S section. Looks pretty tidy by him as he opens the DRS down this straightaway, the fun Ferrari straightaway, as I like to call it now. As he brakes hard into the left-hander at the end of that straightaway, gets a great exit as he travels up the hill. Once again, we may see a pole lap right here because, as mentioned, he is a very good driver. They're good hitting that apex right there. That's a very difficult corner. Get the brakes on and not lock up on that curve on the left, but he handles it well. Here's the Albon Hamilton corner. New Zealand Ryan takes that very well as he now dives into the final corner of Sector 2 and now approaches Sector 3. Oh, very, very close. Oh, yeah, he was a little close to the outside of the track on entry there and missed the apex by about a car width. See how much time that costs him as he now barrels down the front stretch as he comes to the final berm. Let's see what he can do as he crosses the line. And it is going to be third place, so 108.4. Wow. So yeah, he either wasn't the best lap altogether, or that final shunt that he had in that last real corner cost him a lot of time, as he did seem to run wide on the entry to that corner.
It's interesting to see all the fast drivers are taking that really low line off that final corner to try and get the not really the best run, but just to shorten the track that much more. It'll gain you just tenths of a second right at the end.
It looks like BRL Skeppy is on another lap right here. He was on the mediums the first time around. He's currently on the softs. I believe the graphic says that it is switched to softs. Maybe he's already set a lap time, and this is his in lap, but we'll find out here in a minute. It looks like Caspita is also on a new lap. See Ferrari, the Ferrari of Boss Cookie is about to come back out for another out lap. We'll check in on him soon. Chandler's out on an out lap, so maybe Chandler's going to go for 4 laps here tonight. That's actually a bit surprising.
That'd be very interesting.
Because I believe you only get, because you get 4 sets of, if you choose the softer allocation, you get 4 sets of softs. And if you use all of them, those are the tires that are available to you in the race as well. So if there's a safety car or something late that makes you want to put on another set of softs, he'll have a worn set. So this is interesting by him. Frankly, I don't think it's worth it because he's already that fast enough being pulled, but either way, he's doing another lap.
Yeah, he's got a provisional pull, and there's really no point in risking it.
He's going up to third, I just realized.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That's a good job by the Renaults right now to be locking out at the bottom of the podium currently, second and third. Got a yellow flag, sector 3. It's probably someone just getting out of the way. Ooh, as Webster loses the back end big time out of that corner right there as he's about to enter sector 3. Once again, he hasn't had the most ideal of weekends so far leading up to this race, but he's going to try and do what he can tonight.
Yeah, BRL Maverick just retired.
Out of the pits. Oh, did Maverick retire? He did?
Yeah, he did.
Man, and also Venom. Yeah, we know. I guess we somehow missed the Venom out of the session as well, so it's going to be a tough start to the race for those two, but we'll see what they can do. We know Maverick is a pretty solid driver. He's going to be making some overtakes in this race. Anyways, Chandler's coming across the line, and he improves again. This time marginally by 1/10, so 107.8. Just rubbing that little bit of salt in the wound for the rest of the competition here. As he's not even improving by a marginal amount. It's just a tiny bit. So either way, an improvement's an improvement. So he is now at a 107.8, getting lower and lower into the 107. Ooh, looks like BRL Jared got a bit on the grass there on the entry into that final real corner there. We'll see what he can do as he crosses the line. This may be... Oh, it's his end line. Oh, never mind. He looked like he was going in the pits, but here he is across the line. He does improve. It's a 108.0 for BRL Jared. So once again, Chandler isn't fully running away with this. It's only 2/10 back to second place. So you never know. Jared might sneak something, at the last second here. There's 4 minutes 43 seconds left. He can come into the pits, put on another set of softs, and you never know. Steal it right at the end.
Yeah, looking at the gaps here, it's actually looking pretty close between New Zealand Ryan and Alan there. Like less than a tenth of a second there, and then even separating B-Dunk and those 3.
8 thousandths. Anyway, here comes Ferrari not around the final corner. I believe he's on a lap right here. Ooh, he fishtails a little bit on the curb. Got a lot of that curb. There he is coming down these last couple of kinks. Let's see what he can do. He burrows into the pits, so I guess that was his in lap. He's currently at a 108.6. Not bad by him. Now see, Yaras Van Newton's getting out of the way of, I believe that's Formula Rager there in the Mercedes. Yes, it is. Formula Rager is on his lap. He has yet to do a lap so far, and there's only 3 minutes 50 left, so you better hope this is a good one. Or else it's going to be really tight getting back to the pits and putting on another set of tires. I mean... May not have been the best management of time for his session, but let's see what he can do. As here he is coming through that banked corner, the banked downhill corner. Travels uphill to the last one. Ooh, big fishtail there. It's going to hurt his run down the main straight here. Let's see what it can do anyway. Formula Rager is a pretty good driver. And it looks like he's bailing out of it, so I guess it was enough of a mistake there to get out of it. As everyone, seems to be pitting here for getting ready for that last run. So, and Formula Rager's retiring. So, Guess that is going to be it for him. Going to be starting 15th back there with Maverick and Venom, so not the best of sessions for the three of them whatsoever. But anyways, as I just mentioned, everyone is starting to get that last set of
Chandler's
softs on
going back out.
The track. Yep, here he comes. Everyone's in the pit lane right now and switching the outlap. You'll see on the graphic on the left real soon, because this is when qualifying really gets exciting. The last 2 minutes, 2 minutes 30 seconds, you're going to see everyone start to head out for that last lap. As we now see Skeppy's on his outlap, but we will focus on Chandler here because we may witness the pole lap right here if he puts it together well. I don't see how he could really improve on a 107.8 because it's already an excellent lap time, but you never know. You might have slid a little bit on one of these tricky corners here at Brazil on that 107.8. But yeah, as we're getting ready here, who do you think is going to get the pole here, Dilla?
I don't know. I think I got to give it to, right now, I think Chandler's kind of got it in the bag here. Or not really in the bag, but he's got a pretty good gap from first to second, about 2/10. And I think he's only going to improve from here as long as his tires are in relatively good shape. So I'm going to say he's going to get the pole.
Well, here he is starting his lap time. Hard on the brakes of the first corner. Hits that apex very well. Make sure not to corner cut or track extend. Ooh, he might have tracked it. Oh, yep. He has to back out of it, it looks like. That was a bit wide. And he appears to be going slow. That might have been it. Yep, he's closed his DRS. That's going to be it. He blew his lap on the first couple corners. So, I don't know. It might not be set for him to be on pole anymore. As we know, BRL Jared is very fast. His ham now goes to 108.1. I realized he was on 108.1, so he's also very close to Chandler. It's going to be tough for him to start a lap, though. He's got 1 minute 15 left as he's leaving the pits now. I don't know if he'll be able to do it again, but yeah, Jared is only 2/10 off, and Chandler just blew his last chance. So I don't know. I might have to go with Jared on this one. He might be able to sneak a pole out in the last second.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just wait until the last few seconds of the session. I mean, I think that really threw a wrench in Chandler's plans there. I think he should have just been a little bit more conservative, maybe into the first sector, and really just put a really good lap together without pushing too much. And he probably could have gotten at least maybe another 10th out of that. But yeah, we're gonna see.
Certainly.
Probably Jared might be able to take it. I think he definitely could be right.
All right, yeah, we ride on board Jared now as we were just taking a look. Looks like Boss Cookie is already on a lap ahead of him. Jared very late on the brakes. Ooh, misses the apex a slight bit, not bad. Oh, as we have a spinner there. It was BRL Sparky was spun out in the Williams there. It's unfortunate for him. Luckily, the yellow flag's unlike real life. You're able to keep pushing on your lap in the game, so that did not ruin Jared's chance of pole here, which is fortunate for him. He gets through that tricky double apex left-hander. Tiny bit of oversteer on exit, but either way, very clean. And it gets on the power, that awkward increasing altitude apex right there. As he gets on the grass on the way in, that might have killed it for him. But either way, here he is coming out of the final corner down this front straight. Let's see what he can do. Coming up to, ooh, geez, it looked like he lost the back end there a little bit. But either way, here he is across the line, and it is not going to be pole, but he improved by 1/10.
Wow.
It's a 1/10 gap between Chandler and Seda. Oh, as Allen now goes up to second place.
Wow.
And Chandler improved? He had his DRS shot. Chandler just improved. He was on a one. Okay, we might have had a graphical error there. This is a New Zealand Ryan now goes up to second on a 107.8.
Wow.
Wow. Very unexpected here at the end of
this. Yeah, definitely. No, I'm with you. It definitely looked like Chandler slowed down on that front straight.
Well, actually, we might have missed it. He might have just backed off and gone around for another outlap.
Possibly. I
don't
know how he did that, because it looked like, I mean, his tires have got to be not the greatest in the field. So
yeah, we apologize for not knowing the story there, but either way, it looks like it's going to be pole for him. I believe ERS Ham Newton was not able to start another lap, unless he is on one right now, but his car is driving very on the racing line, so it's probably just an AI taking over. Yep, as it is. That's the end of the session, but what a finish to the session that was. A very unexpected one. It looked like Chandler was out of it.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty, average qualifying, but, obviously I had to shuffle the mix on us at the last second. I mean, that's what you want to
And
see.
if that was officially his lap, there may be some controversy actually, because I was riding on board and he was definitely all 4 tires off the track, coming through turn 3 there.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's what it looked like made him back out of it. But
absolutely, yeah.
but either way, as it stands, it's pole position with New Zealand Ryan in second place in the Alpha. 107.8 by him. It's just 1.5 tenths, but look at that. The top 4 separated by 2 tenths. And then Ham is only 4 tenths back in 5th, so it looks like we got a great battle on our hands tonight between these top 8,
yeah,
really.
You might be able to look at the incidents here in a second, but I saw some invalidated lap times, so maybe Chandler's one of those that we can take a look at.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, what a session that was.
Absolutely.
A lot of drivers up at the front, top pace right now, top of the charts. So definitely, I don't know. I don't think it's a gimme for Chandler tonight, as track offers great racing, a lot of passing opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
We might be able to see someone get past him. It is that time where we make these decisions and these predictions. So, Dylan, who do you think is your one to watch tonight?
I mean, I've seen in the past, BRL Skeppy is obviously a driver to look out for. Very aggressive, especially on the brakes, from what I remember, as we go on our formation lap here. So I'm going to say watch out for Skeppy. I mean, Alan looked like he had the pace early on in the qualifying session, and he showed that at the very end, too, so he's also one to look out for. I can't really say who I think's going to win the race, because I have a feeling that there might be some carnage, or if not carnage, then just a lot of great passes and battling. So I don't know. We'll just have to find out.
Absolutely. I'm going to go for 2 here. My pick to win tonight, it's going to be a bit boring. I'm going to go for Chandler. I think he's going to try and win this race, put the stamp on the envelope for his season, win the championship on a win, with 1 race still left to go in the season, so I think he'll be able to get that done. But someone I think we should keep our eye on is BRL Maverick, starting in 16th place. You know, he's maybe not the fastest driver, but he's one that's definitely always looking to make an overtake, and he's got good racecraft, and he battled with those midfield guys quite a bit. So yeah, I'd expect him to fight through.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the drivers that uses his head. Some more than the others, but yeah, especially Maverick, we've seen in the past, just really some great racecraft and just a lot of thinking ahead from him on his part.
I think it's funny to note is that Boss Cookie is really holding up the rest of the field here.
Yeah,
the top 5 have broken away on the formation laps. That might be some strategy there by the Ferrari to have some warmth in his tires while the other guys sit longer on the grid.
That could be.
Their tires will cool down. Yeah. Everyone seemed to be ghosting here, approaching the grid.
Yeah.
But they're all lining up. Chandler up there in first place. Looks like it's an outside pole, so that actually that could be interesting for New Zealand and Ryan. Yeah. So they'll be starting on the inside, much like Raikkonen and Vettel on Lewis Hamilton at Coda the last couple of years. It is the clean line, but sometimes the inside just is better.
Yeah.
Well, either way, everyone's
guess we'll see here.
We have the 5 lights coming on ahead of the drivers, and they're about to go out, and they are out. It is time to bring the action here at Brazil, as they now... It's a good start by New Zealand Ryan on the inside. Let's see if he can make the move. He tries, but it looks like Chandler's able to cover that one off. He's still in the lead.
Yellow
flag. A bunch of cars spinning behind. A lot of contact behind.
Maverick was able to...
Wow. It was a nightmare start for Sparky. He spun out on his lap at the end of qualifying, put him in the midfield.
Skeppy's in last there. Yeah, Skeppy fell back to last there.
Not good for him. Once again, we mentioned his bad
luck. Ooh, Boston and Webster there having a great battle.
Webster. Oh, look at Webster. He's already up in 8th place after the first few quarters.
He really
well
benefited
by
from
him.
that first corner crash.
Absolutely. Well, that was not the start I expected to happen. We kind of got it off screen there. A lot of contact.
Whoa!
Webster goes around.
Oh, man.
Unfortunate for him. We're giving him the commentator's curse right there. He spins out. He's now in last place as Chandler, his teammate, is up in first. And BRL Jared makes a move on Orion here, coming down the front straightaway. Looks like he's going to be able to pass him. Yes, he is, but Jared's not going to tuck in the slipstream. Let's see if he can make a move back on him in the first corner. They're side by side, and it looks like he won't be able to get it done on the outside there. Alan Hugo is in 4th place right there, directly behind him, so pressurizing for the podium spots at the moment. But what a start in this race. As Ham Newton fell back to 10th somehow, so he might have gotten spun out in that first corner. A lot of guys spun, so it was easy to lose track what happened there.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens
already
as this race
already
continues.
some great racing, and as I expected, a little bit of carnage on the opening lap, but we're just going to have to see how this unfolds. I mean, I think already I can see some drivers getting their elbows out. We already saw that battle between Ryan and Allen, and we saw that battle between Boss Cookie, and then Webster tragically spinning on that first lap. It was going so well for him. He's in the top 10.
I believe he started, what was it, 14th or something like that?
Oh,
and he
yeah.
went up to 8th place,
in the back
and then
of the field.
spun out. Oh, man. Well, either way, his teammate is still leading. It's about 6/10 back to BRL Jared. The DRS will be coming on this lap, so he's going to want to extend it a little bit to be away from the danger zone there of getting overtaken. But wow, what a start to this Grand Prix as we now see them crossing the line to complete lap 2. Start lap 3 out of 36 here tonight. So what...
Ooh, Jared's gonna
Man,
go
and by the way, Maverick, he's already up to 11th. So once again, he was able to get around the carnage at the start and go from it was all essentially last place up to 11th.
He
one
was
spot away from the points
there.
Was he? Yeah.
Yeah, he was at the start.
Well, either way, there they are going down the first DRS straight. A lot of drivers running wide there out of that left-hander. Maybe some warnings. Yeah, something we got to pay attention to definitely as the race goes on is penalties. Penalties are really something that can ruin these races because you never know. Some guy could finish in 3rd place and he's got like 20 seconds just because he track extended a little bit, and now all of a sudden he's in 8th. So
yeah, I think your driver for the win might be in a little bit of trouble pretty soon. Jared's like stuck onto the back of him for the most part within DRS. So yeah, this turns out looks like it's gonna be a pretty good battle.
And something I've noticed is Jared keeps entering what appears to be on the grass going to the final corner. An odd webbing on the track.
Absolutely,
so he's using a little bit extra track. Chandler's weaving very oddly there on the front straightaway. He almost lost it.
Oversteer, actually,
Yeah, it looked like he almost lost it there. But either way, he's able to cling on to the lead still. Ooh, he runs a bit wide and he picks up a penalty. Yeah,
3-second
already 3 seconds for Chandler. So maybe this race isn't going to be as smooth as we thought it might be for him. The top 4 are still very much close together. See are there any side-by-side as the field goes down. No, it does not look like there's any battles really going other than for the lead. I mean, Caspita is so intense behind Taylor Clan. That could be something to pay attention to. But it looks like what is it? Venom, who I believe is actually the one who started 17th. He was either 16th or 17th. He's ahead of Ham, so Ham's definitely had a nightmare start. Especially Haas.
Looks like it.
Haas needs both drivers in the points right now to be able to challenge the constructors.
That's their number 1 priority at this point.
Yeah, they are in the points, but they've only got 3 at the moment, so they're going to want to make some overtakes here. It's Venom right behind Boss Cookie. Let's see what he can do as this race goes on. But yeah, huge gap between the top 4. Yeah, it looks like top 4 is 1.5 seconds clear of B-Dunk. And then Taylor Clan is 1.4 back. The speed is 7/10 there, and then it's a giant gap down to 8th place. 3 seconds between Boss Cookie and Caspita. So looks like it's just these top 7 that are really something to watch as this race goes on. But you never know. These other guys down in the back might, they'll improve and maybe undercut as the race goes on. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, we got the top 3 are definitely closer than I think they've ever been. And we got, New Zealand Ryan is actually stuck in the back of Jared now. I think Jared's actually lost a little bit of time to Chandler on these first opening laps. And that's just giving a chance for Allen to catch up there right on the back of Ryan. So it's pretty much just a 4-way train here at this point.
Definitely, as Jared actually caught the grass there on the apex and lost a little bit of the rear end there. Almost a moment for him there, but he holds on for 2nd place, and these guys are very evenly matched. Top 4 even about 6/10 apart. The New Zealand Ryan getting a bit closer to Jared.
This is going to be
final corner.
This is going to be interesting strategy-wise because I think people really got to make the decision. Do you risk going for the overtake and losing time to the guy in front, or do you really just want to stay within DRS in the draft and just kind of be able to fight for that lead when it comes time to? I think it's all going to be down to
Jared ran a bit wide there. That puts him out of position, I think, going into this straightaway. But no, he's able to recover it. So as they're all weaving down the straightaway right there, trying to break the slipstream from the drivers behind, as all the DRS lanes are open, as you can see right there. Either way, yeah, Chandler's not going to be able to run away with this one because he's got Jared right behind him, and then New Zealand Ryan obviously setting the fastest lap, who's right behind Jared. So
Yeah.
Chandler has got his work cut out for him tonight.
Absolutely. Look at that battle.
Well, actually, it looks like Chandler might have been able to build a tiny gap there as it's gone from 4/10 to 6. A 6.5. Let's see if he can get a good few clean corners here. So I think the pressure from Ryan on Jared is starting to make Jared slip up a little bit. Chandler was able to get a bit of a gap.
Pits.
Oh, Ham's into it. Yeah, I think he might have had some wing damage because he was.
Looks like
he was
that.
losing time.
He is now
teammate
down
there.
9 positions from the start. Looks like it.
Yeah. Unlucky
Barrel
number
Maverick,
13
though,
on
up 6.
Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not the greatest of races whatsoever to start for
Wow.
Cam Newton. But
Looking
once
back
again,
at it,
the
we
top
got-
4.
Yeah. We got Venom with a 9 positions gained from the start here on lap 7.
Wow. Well done by him.
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, these top 4 are this is going to be hard to take your eyes off of as this night continues.
Oh, yeah.
They're back to back to back to back right here. It's just who's going to be able to be close enough to make a move, because what's tough for them is that the DRS zones are directly after a sequence of corners. It's hard to follow through in the dirty air. It's going to be difficult to make a pass. I mean, the main straightaway is very long, so I think they will be able to eventually make a move into the first corner, but still, it's just going to be very tough because you've got that full throttle left-hander. It's very, very tough, like this one right here. It's very tough to follow in the dirty air and run wide.
Yeah, it's going to be super tempting for all these drivers to pass each other, but I think they got to hold back just for now, just to stay with Chandler. He has the pace advantage right now. He's definitely been able to build that gap to what is now almost 8
New Zealand Ryan
tenths.
is very close to Jared. So he's
Oh,
tucking
yeah,
in the slipstream
that.
here. He might actually make a move as they approach the first corner. What's he going to do? He looks to the left. He's hard on the brakes. Down the inside goes New Zealand. Oh, there's contact. He almost spins out. Great driving by the two of them to not spin out, but either way, there was contact. That may be looked into later, but he's still right on him. Right behind him in the slipstream, and the DRS wide open for Ryan. Oh, Jesus, as he goes around the outside. Not going to be able to make a move there, but very tight, close quarters for the rest of them. Man, as well as Alan Hugo to close back in, but it's allowing Chandler to see how to run away. So this is great for Chandler, not so great for the rest of them. But man,
Yeah,
what driving by New Zealand Ryan and BRL Jared to not spin out there. That was incredible.
Yeah, that was some great racing, but they also got this is how they lose the leader here. So I mean, I think Jared really is just focused on defending his position, and Ryan just wants to get by him right now. He's saying, "Come on, let's just work together and get to the front where we can catch Chandler."
It definitely is. Chandler had a 1.2. Yeah, that's a 1.0. I was going to say it got back down to 9/10. Jared may have DRS here, but I don't think he will. So that squabbling has really allowed Chandler to run away with this, at least so far. Let's see if Chandler can actually drive away now. Now that he has that gap, was it just the slipstream that's allowing these guys to keep up, or are they just that fast? So we can see that
I guess we'll have
now.
to see. Yeah.
Yeah. They were about even there. 1.0 actually gained a little bit there by Jared. He's brought it down to 9/10 again. So Chandler's going to have to get his head together here and if he wants to be able to drive away from these guys. But either way, the three of them behind him have not lost any time on each other. It's still about a 4/10 to 7/10 gap.
Yeah,
So
New Zealand Ryan's
going
going to be putting on the
race
pressure.
continues.
Yeah, going to be putting on the pressure on Jared there. It's only going to make things more difficult for him.
You know, what a race so far in Brazil. I mean, it's a bit of a disaster start for a lot of them, but
Yeah.
man. It looks like Alan actually, it's a bit interesting right there. Just some driver's technique as you turned in a bit earlier than you normally would to get some clean air on his nose because he's very close to Ryan, who didn't want to understeer. It was good driving by him. Looks like Ryan is could be decently close to Jared down this front straightaway once he opens the DRS. Let's see what he can do. DRS wide open, but no, I don't think he's going to be close enough to make a move this time around. And maybe he's even learned to not make a move in this corner from the last time around because they were ice skating coming through the first corner last time and it really allowed Chandler to run away. But let's see right here if Jared's wing opens. Yes, it does. They have caught back up to Chandler. So no, he does not appear to be the fastest in the race. As we mentioned, he was very fast in qualifying, and maybe that's because he has set up that's better for the short run and the hot laps. So he might not be the best as tires were on.
Yeah, so New Zealand Ryan is purple currently. He's with a 110.8, so he's about About half a tenth faster than Jared, and wow, about almost a tenth and a half faster than Chandler at the moment. So we'll see how this unfolds. It's only gonna add on to itself as they keep doing more laps here.
Yep, well, it's looking like it was a few laps ago. These four are now about half a second apart once again. The side-by-side action between the Renault of Jared and the Alpha of New Zealand Ryan has not ruined this battle for the lead. In fact, it might just be heating it up even more, as now they do have the DRS once again. Oh, and there he comes into the pits as Chandler. It's a very early pit stop. I'm interested to see what he puts on. I'm interested to see if it's the mediums or the hards. I think it's a bit early for the mediums, but you never know. That might be what he puts on. See, here he comes in the pits, and it is the medium compound tire for Chandler.
No, it's
so
the hards. It looks like it's the hards on my screen, but
that's yellow on my screen.
Oh,
yeah, they are yellow. So yeah, it is going to be the mediums for him. As off screen, Ryan got very close to Jared there, as they're now 3/10 apart going up the hill out of the first sector. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that'll be interesting to follow. Is it going to be a two-stop for Chandler, or is he going to try and go to the end on mediums? It's a
yeah, lap 11. It's hard to. Yeah, it's hard to say at the moment. I know. Obviously, tire degradation is okay at this track. I think we'll definitely. I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna put my prediction. I think it's gonna make it to the end. It might be a little sketchy last 4 laps, but I think I'll make it.
Yeah, and if you're Alan or Ryan here, would you stay out maybe several more laps so that he wears out his medium?
I would do that. I think I would just stay out a little bit longer. You're just letting these guys fight. You're in clean air right now. I would if I was Alan, I would stay out.
Speaking of fighting, looks
yeah.
Jared is very defensive. Hanging in the first corner,
there,
that puts Ryan out of position actually. But no, never mind. It looks like he was able to regather it and make a run on Jared here. Is he going to make a move? No, it does not look like it. So he's not close enough to throw it the inside, but still, oh jeez, he actually gets caught on the curb there on exit. But either way, these guys are still going at it. It does not look like it's slowing down whatsoever. But yeah, as you were mentioning, yeah, it does make sense when you think about it to stay out multiple laps here, because although it allows Chandler to undercut you by a lot, he'll be wearing out his tires, and these guys will have much fresher boots at the end. So definitely some strategy now weighing out here in the race. Anyways, here they come up to the third sector once again. Let's see if Ryan's close enough to make a move in the DRS zone. Ooh, as Alan Hugo goes very wide. Not a great exit for him as he loses a lot of time on Ryan, who's very close to Jared. Let's see if anyone pits here. No, they both stay out. He's going to be able to tuck in the slipstream here. Jared move to the right, side by side as they go into the first corner. This camera angle is terrible, and around the outside, it looks like he's able to make the move.
Wow.
Well done by Ryan, but now that puts Jared in his slipstream in DRS. Let's see if Jared can make the move back.
Yes, there he is.
Jared in the
Chandler.
slipstream, DRS open, side by side for the lead as they now go to the left-hander. And looks like Ryan's going to be tighter on the brakes. As actually there was contact there as the hand of rage went up on the right side of his car. His driver's hand went up. There was some contact between Jared and Ryan, so something they may disagree about there. There's some contact entering the corner, but either way, that is Ryan up to the lead. So well done by him to take the point away from the Renault.
Looking at the onboard, it looks like the tires are starting to get a little bit sketchy here. And also looking back at the race director there, we also got to keep in mind that Chandler is currently the only driver to have a 3-second time penalty right now. So I think we'll definitely see some more time penalties. But at the moment, Chandler's the one with the disadvantage.
Really?
Yeah.
The only one. Okay, so it's actually very clean driving by the guys tonight. There's now New Zealand Ryan as soon as he took the lead. Pits. It actually is a bit of a smart move by him, actually. He was able to get the clean air for a bit there and pit before he would get passed back and give the DRS a slipstream to his competitors. That may work out in his advantage, as it looks like looks like he's putting on the hards. This could be the hards for New Zealand Ryan, at least visually. It might be a graphical error every now and then that happens on these Codemasters games, but we will get back to that in a moment. As Jared and Alan Hugo are still out on track. They're staying out, so they're just going to wait a little bit longer, get more out of those softs as they can. We see, Sparky's out of the section. What just happened to him? Looks like
I saw yellows.
Looks
like he spun. Yeah, he spun there.
Let's see if this causes a safety. Oh, it was Boss Cookie, as we said it. They were being mostly cleaned up, so Boss Cookie now has a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, near us.
Oh, Ham Newton
there
as well,
you go.
back to back. So not great for them. Oh, man. Yeah, we may see the penalties coming in full circle here. It is rather early, and, you know, just picking up 3 warnings is what is... Oh, it's Sparky. Yeah, Sparky's now just left the session. So, yeah, after retiring, looks like he's had enough. He doesn't even want to watch the rest of this race. He wants to get out of here. He's actually in the midfield. Looks like we have a good battle now. It's between Skeppy. He's looks like he's heading a train here. No, it's Caspita in front of him. This is Caspita, Skeppy, Maverick, Taylor Clan, even a couple drivers behind them. Yeah, it's an NZL Venom. Look, the 5 of these guys are at a battle of their own for 6th place right here. So, while the battle for the lead is good, looks like a midfield battle is good as well. It actually looks like Jared has gone into the pits. So
Taylor
Jared
Clan
actually
shaping
has
up
just
the
pitted.
move on Maverick. On the outside, is it going to work?
Alright, so it looks like New Zealand Ryan was able to keep the position over Jared. Sorry to interrupt you right there, but yeah, it looks like Jared has just pitted for the hards. New Zealand Ryan also on the hards. And they, New Zealand Ryan barely got ahead of Jared.
Oh, it's interrupt. It's a great battle
inline
right here. Maverick down the inside of Venom there. Oh, Venom holds it around the outside. That was a great move.
All right, good
there.
picking that up. I was focusing on the leaders there, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like Maverick's definitely trying to still make up all the positions that he net lost by qualifying in the rear. But maybe getting a bit frustrated as he's running wide in those couple corners, but we'll see what he can do as this race continues. Not gonna lie, it's just kind of reminiscent seeing the number 14 on the Ferrari there. Makes you think of Alonso back from a few years ago. But either way, it looks like, let's see if he can put an Alonso drive together and get past some of these guys. But yeah, looks like the Caspita's actually kind of run away from BRL Skeppy here a little bit, opening up a gap between them. Skeppy has, looks like he's still definitely still.
Yeah, Jared's caught up to Ryan here.
Oh, has he? Oh yeah. So it looks like, there they are down the DRS straight, and New Zealand Ryan is far back enough from Chandler. Since Chandler did that undercut, he's far back enough that he's not in the DRS anymore. So he doesn't have that to keep him ahead of Jared as he did in the earlier battle. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. Can he stay ahead of the Renault, or can the Renault get past him? Either way, it looks like Alan Hugo is still out there on his softs. Very good by him to still be up there. He might be I think he's going to be staying out long enough to be able to one-stop from the softs to the mediums. I think at this point it's almost wise to guess that Chandler is on a 2-stopper, because that was very early for the mediums. And these other guys pitted after him and put on hard, so I don't see him making it to the end of those mediums, but you never know. He might do something crazy here. It's Ferrari not picking the 3-second time penalty. Yeah, but either way, there's Alan Hugo out in front right now. He's got a 14-second gap to Chandler, so he's able to just get some clean laps here. It's the first time he hasn't had a battle directly in front of him.
Oh, so. There's a 3-way battle
he
here.
Picks up a penalty.
Venom.
Oh, is it about? Oh, let's get that right there.
Taylor Clan, Skeppy, and Venom
here.
There's a 3-way train.
Yeah, so they are weaving down to the inside of the track with the DRS wide open. Like Skeppy is going to be close enough to make a move, though. But yeah, as you said, this is going to be
late braking. Oh, Skeppy gets wide.
Skeppy gets very loose on exit, and there's Venom making a move. So wow, what good by Venom there to recognize the fault by Skeppy as they got out of the corner and make a move and get around him. So good job by him, especially for the Haas's trying to get as many points as they can to protect the battle that they have right now for the constructors. So well done by him to get around the curb-stricken Skeppy. Good job there. And that has allowed, looks like that has allowed Taylor Clan to get a bit ahead. Yeah, he's gotten a bit ahead, but it's still 6/10, so it looks like Venom will have DRS coming around this time. But, yep, looks like Alan Hugo has pitted. Sorry to be switching in between two things kind of crazily there, but a lot of stuff is going on right now. This is a very exciting race as Alan Hugo now pits. So he's going to the end of the race on, let's see, is it the, it is the mediums for Alan Hugo. So it looks like he's gonna be one-stopping from the softs to the mediums. He's ahead of B-Dunk, who is out there on the mediums as well. I'm not sure what lap B-Dunk pitted on, but maybe early to count him out, as he's still within touching distance of the drivers ahead.
Yeah. I think Allen went pretty conservative with the strategy, and I think that's actually going to help him in the long run. I think we're still kind of confused about the whole Chandler situation with his tires, so we're going to see how that
Yeah,
works
I mean,
out.
I would almost guarantee that that's a two-stop. I mean, he's got nearly half the race to go, and he pitted many laps to go for those mediums.
Yeah,
so.
I think it was what lap
I
was
don't
it?
know.
Lap 7-ish, lap 5 maybe.
Yeah, well, either way, he has a 2.3-second gap ahead of New Zealand Ryan, who has a non-existing gap to Jared behind, as Jared closes in a lot down the front straightaway with the DRS open. Loses a bit of time in the dirty air of Ryan ahead in the S section going down the hill, but he'll be able to claw that back in with the DRS right here, but will not be close enough to make a move. So these two guys, I personally think that the win is going to be between these two guys right here, because I just don't see Chandler going to the end. And we've seen how difficult it is to pass, at least so far. I don't know if Chandler's going to be able to come back on fresh tires at the end and overtake these guys, because they're showing right now they have great pace.
Yeah, that is a good point. But as you mentioned, that Chandler is currently the fastest driver on track by about a tenth of a second a lap. So we're gonna see if he can actually manage to reel in these guys once it comes time to pit.
Absolutely. Anyways, let's see. Oh, as Webster picks up a penalty there, not great for him. His sorrows continue. And this race was a bit of a tease for him. He was up in 8th on the first lap and then threw it away with an unfortunate spin.
I think he might have to go. I think he might have to get the biggest L of the race award. We're gonna see if that changes. There could be some crashes in the front. Oh, Allen goes up purple. That's pretty interesting there.
Yep. On his medium tires is actually now that's just something to keep an eye on. Is once again he is on a whole compound softer than these guys ahead, and his tires are fresher than the guys ahead, so he's gonna be closing in real fast. It's only a 1.9-second gap right now between them, and he just pitted and was like, I think it was about a 4-second gap when he came out. So well done by Alan Hugo to start bringing in that gap. But either way, he might get helped out even more by some side-by-side racing between New Zealand Ryan and BRL Jared, because they just do not seem to be spreading out whatsoever. They've been within 4/10 for the last several laps.
Yeah,
it's only a moment of time before someone makes a move here.
They're definitely going to get their elbows out when it comes time to pass and get really aggressive in the closing laps. I'm sure there's going to be some
Formula
Ranger
in this session. Let's see if that brings out a safety car. Safety cars are a bit rare in this year's game, but yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a yellow flag. So unfortunate for Formula Ranger. He was the only one flying the flag for the Mercedes here today. Oh, his boss Cookie picks up another penalty. But yeah, not a great showing for him. As Alan Hugo sets another fast lap of the race. He's closed in 6/10 that lap to Jared ahead. So yeah, he's on the move. And speaking of on the move, Chandler needs to be a bit more on the move, because he's actually lost a 10th to New Zealand Ryan that lap on the harder tires. So Chandler, if he wants his two-stop to work, at least we think it's a two-stop. If he wants it to work, he's going to have to pick up the pace.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, Allen is about almost half a second. I say half a second, about 3/10 quicker than Chandler. So he's definitely going to be able to reel him in come into the race. And then if he does go on the two-stop, he's going to have fresher tires. But I'm not sure if he can, like you said, if he's going to be able to pull it off.
I mean, I'm getting vibes here of the 2018 Bahrain Grand Prix of Sebastian Vettel out front on old tires that were soft. Let's see if Chandler can maybe do that. That would be tough. I mean, what is in that race? Sebastian went like the whole race almost on those medium. It was the medium compound tire that weekend, which is the same as what Chandler's got right now. So let's see if he does opt to stay out on those old tires and just fend them off at the track position, because as we have seen, it is hard to overtake, so it might just be worth holding that track position and stay up in the lead.
Yeah, track position is pretty much everything in this game, it seems, but we'll definitely see. I mean, pit stops are also a huge part. So, but Allen's catching Jared at looks like a pretty consistent
rate. As you mentioned that, he actually lost a couple tenths that lap, so I think he might just be preserving his mediums at the moment to keep them, keep them fresh.
Good strategy there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he wants them to stay fresh at the end, because let's be real, even if the hards are older, they're gonna be grippier at the end of the session than your mediums, even though your mediums are fresher, just because of the way they're designed and built as being the hard tire. So he might just be saving it up right now so that he can push later.
Yeah.
All right, well, oh, we got a yellow flag at
Close.
sector 1. What happened there? Oh, looks like
The
it's
back
another spin
markers.
for Webster. It's
Oh,
another spin for Webster. So yeah, he's still flying the flag for biggest L of the night as he's giving him down.
absolutely.
It's a bit harsh, but I think
Yeah.
it may be fair, at least so
Yeah.
far. Either way, it's only 2 tenths
Oh,
down.
he's
between Jared
he's
and
gone
Ryan.
off
They
again.
got very close there at the end of the front straightaways. He's close again down the second DRS straight. Let's see if he can make a move. He's very close, but not close enough, as he's not able to make a move going to that corner. It's an interesting corner, that one, because it's not the hardest braking zone in the world, so you can't really dive bomb there without making contact. And yeah, I mean, he's just going to have to work a little bit harder for it to be able to make a move into that corner. He's got to be a little closer out of the S section, the first few corners. Chandler is actually, he's taken advantage of the squabbling between these two to open it up by a couple tenths. So he's brought it from, it was about 1.8 seconds his lead, to now 2.0. So he was able to gain a couple tenths back. He's going to have 13 laps to go as we cross the line. This race is flying past, man. We're already 23 out of 36. So when the excitement's high, it goes by quickly. Unfortunately for our viewers, we've got a solid crowd once again in the chat tonight. So thank you guys for turning up once again. The BRL penultimate race, and there's definitely been an exciting one as these guys. I mean, still, I don't know who's going to win this race. We still do not know who's going to win this race.
No, it's up for grabs from start to finish. I think it's going to be all down to strategy at this point. But I think Jared and Ryan have been together for the entire race, and I think the gap hasn't really changed for the past 20 laps. So
very evenly matched. And we made these guys may be hogging the camera tonight, but to be fair, there hasn't been much going on in the midfield. Not as much as you would maybe think. I mean, even Han, I mean, I think he just lost so much time early from whatever incident he was in. He's just never really been able to get into it with anybody. And Taylor Clan is 7 tenths back off Venom. I mean, we'll keep a look at that on the left side to see if it becomes anything later in the race, but really all the excitement's up front here. But here they are down the front straight again. Let's see if Jared's close enough to make a move on Ryan this time. Oh, he's making a move to the left, but it looks like it's just kind of a bluff move, telling Ryan that I'm here and I'm not content behind you. As you can see, he loses a bit. Yeah, he loses a bit of time there in the slipstream. So once again, as we've mentioned, it's very tough to set up an overtake getting into the DRS straight, just because of the high-speed corners that are following or lead up to it. Actually, Venom and Caspita comes into the pits. So it looks like he's on a 2-stop. He's putting on the medium. So Caspita was on the same pit stop sequence as Chandler, if I'm not mistaken. He looks like he pitted around the same lap. So we may see Chandler come in either this time or next time. And once again, we may see him not even come in at all.
yeah, I think that'd be a little too risky for him. We still got over 10 laps to go. I just don't see it.
Well, actually, let's look right here. It's only 3 tenths between second and third here. I think this is as close as they've been going into this final corner, but he loses a bit on entry. Yeah, so it looks like you're not going to be able to make a move here, unfortunately.
If Chandler's going for another lap,
like
looks like.
Sector 2. What happened to Sector 2? It doesn't look like anyone's going around, but we got a fluke yellow. As looks, there he goes down the inside as the round. Of course, it's off screen the second we look away from it. He puts Ryan out of position there. Looks like he's going to get a good run here. And yes, he is. The DRS is going to be open after he's already alongside. He's going to be able to run away with this position on the straightaway. Up into second place is BRL Jared. Well done by him. Great job by BRL Jared to get up into second place. That has allowed Alan Hugo to close right back up. This is now only 5
he's got the pace too.
Them.
He's still purple.
Yeah, absolutely. And once
Pressure
again, this is letting Chandler run away. He's gained another half a second on these guys, 2.8 ahead now, so good for him. But man, we got a battle for second place, man. This is great. Right on board Alan Hugo. See what he can do on his medium compound tires. Once again, they are fresher and faster, these tires. So let's see what he can do on this traction zone. It's a solid exit. Don't know if it's going to be close enough to make a move, but we'll stay on board if it is. we could see ahead. Ryan appears to be too far back from Jared to make a move, so I'm thinking Jared may actually just have the better race pace over Ryan here today. As Maverick picks up a 3-second time top. It's not been the race for Maverick as I would have expected. I thought he would have maybe moved up a little bit more. I thought we have a caution flag at sector 3. Oh, Webster's round again.
Wow.
He's out in the sea of grass there on the exit of the first corner. So now
he's gonna get lapped soon if he's not careful.
He's just spun again. Yeah, I mean, he may even retire here. But either way, back up front is 3 seconds of lead for Chandler Sada. He appears to be running away with this one. With 10 laps to go, I think he might be going to the end here.
Oh, it's going to be cutting close. It's going to be cutting
close. Yeah, it is going to be cutting close. We may see him pit for softs here soon, but he may not pit at all once again. I'm not sure what his strategy is looking like.
I'm going to see what the gap's looking like here.
Sector 1. Did someone go around? Oh, no one went around, but there's side-by-side action actually in the midfield between ERS Ham Newton and Caspita. It's like Ham Newton was able to make the move, but Caspita's coming back, going up the hill. He's on the left side of ERS Ham Newton, going in the double right-hander. What a move around the outside by Caspita as he gets around ERS Ham Newton for 9th place. Well done by him. That was sensational.
Some great driving here.
Yeah, Ham Newton, we know, is a very good driver, and he was able to just go around the outside of him in that corner. Well done by him. As we see, oh, these guys, looks like Hugo's shaping up a move on New Zealand Ryan. Not close enough, though. As Ryan turns in a bit early, that actually might shape up Hugo for a better exit up the hill. It does, but look, Hugo's not close enough to make the move, and Ryan's in the slipstream of the car ahead as Boss Cookie picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. You know, Boss Cookie's known to pick up a lot of penalties, and that has shown its ugly truth here again tonight. As he he did pit. He may just be going for fastest lap here. But yeah, I mean, as I said, I mentioned that Jared may just have the better pace over Ryan, but Ryan is still all over him even after he made that overtake. So
he's definitely
very
not giving
even.
up.
Yeah. Oh, as Hugo got a very good exit there as well. I mean, he might have lost it actually a bit on the curb there on exit. But either way, we may see a move here going into the first corner. Hugo, oh yeah, here comes Hugo around the outside. He's going to be hard on the brakes, but Ryan is harder, covering off that inside lane. Ryan has a good second corner, even though he turned in earlier, and he's actually, it looks like he may be able to preserve the third place, actually. I forgot that Jared has gotten ahead of him. Hugo's going to have to still settle for 4th.
Oh, there's a battle for second to last here, too.
Second to last. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there is. Between the Mean Fern and Ferrari Nut. Ferrari Nut. I don't know. I always thought that he was a lot faster than what
I did as well.
I mean, I remember him in Mexico in the last season. He was one of the guys contending for the win.
Top
I believe he made a move to wheel in the off season, but you would expect him to have improved by now. But you never know. There might just be something else going on there. But either way, yeah, good battle between him and Meanfern at the moment. We got a return up front. I'm sorry, as Chandler Sada has now opened up to 3.4. Yeah, I think it's safe to say Chandler's going to the end here.
Yep.
I think it's safe to say that he's going to the end. I mean, what is it, 7 to go? Yeah, and actually, that battle for second to last is going to become very important here for Chandler as he's approaching it. We could see onboard Chandler here. They're very close up in the distance ahead of him. And yeah, I mean, blue flags don't really take into effect when you've got guys battling for position. Now do that. Oh, it was Hugo. Yeah, it looked like Hugo made a move there on Ryan, but Ryan was able to defend it. Because, yeah, they did lose a bit of time to Jared there. The gap is now 6/10 between them. But, man, this is going to be a tight battle for the finish here, at least between these guys. I think Chandler might have it.
I think it's still too early to say.
As I predicted, he's just going for fastest lap on his softs. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you may be right. It might be a bit too early because those mediums, for all we know, might die out.
They are falling off already. I think you can see it. He's gaining quite rapidly. Jared is like
yes, 2/10 there in one corner. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, either way, it looks like Ryan's going to have his DRS once again, but he's just too far back to make it back to place, at least I believe. 5 to go, yep. 6 to go this time. Oh, as Jared locks up. into the first corner. That's not going to be good for him, as Ryan's very close coming out of the third corner. He's going to open the DRS. I think he's going to be close enough to make a move here as we ride on board with New Zealand Ryan.
Oh.
He makes a move to the left, and yes, he does, down the inside.
Oh, contact!
Like
He's running him onto the grass.
He forces the red wide. He forces him very wide. They're still side by side going up the hill. Who's going to back out of it? Neither of them are going to back out of it.
That was very
and
close.
around the outside goes New Zealand Ryan. Great driving by New Zealand Ryan there to get back up into the second place that he thinks that he deserves.
Wow, that was some seriously great driving, some aggressive one too.
Man, and Chandler Seda actually, it looked like he had gained time from that, but he's lost it rather quickly. So it's back down to 3.2. Looked like he might have has he caught up to those guys in the back yet, or has he not?
He passed them.
Ferrari not real quick. Yeah, no, he did pass them. Yes, he is around them. So now it looks like that's going to be Jared and Ryan's issue soon, as the lap traffic is directly ahead. And once again, they're battling for position, so I don't know if they're really going to concede. I mean, they are teammates, Brian and Ryan, so Brian's going to try and make it as easy for his teammate as he can. But once again, he does not want to give up that position to Mean Fern, as he's only 5 tenths back. Well, now it is 5 laps to go, and I don't know. I'm thinking that Chandler might have this, unless he makes a serious mistake. And actually, something, Dylan, if you would check real quick, the race director, does Ryan and Jared have a penalty?
I'm on it right now. I'm gonna check for you.
Yeah.
Go here.
Because I know that Hugo did pick one up, so we just need to know about Ryan and Jared.
Ryan and Jared. That's a great question. I don't believe so.
You don't believe? So they don't have penalty.
I don't see. I don't even see warnings up here. I see one warning for Jared. And who else are we looking at? Jared and...
Yeah, Jared and New Zealand Ryan.
I don't see any for Ryan, even warning-wise.
Wow, so looks like Chandler's lead is actually only 2 tenths right now, as we know that he did pick up a penalty. I think it was only lap 3. It was like 2 or 3. Picked up a penalty very early.
Oh yeah, I see one. So I see one warning for both. So I think they're pretty much in the clear. And Chandler's got a 3-second. Oh, this is gonna be close.
This is gonna be very close, as they're now catching up to that lap traffic that we have mentioned. Looks like they're actually ghosted, doesn't it? Roy Nutt and Mean Fern are ghosted. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are ghosted. And then, yeah, so they are ghosted. So I guess this will be nothing for these guys. But oh, someone's going off the track. What was that? It's like, oh,
it is Webster.
It was a Webster again. Oh, man. So, yeah, not a good night for him whatsoever.
Nope.
It's a very confusing scene here as the lap traffic is flipping through the leaders here. But yeah, it looks like they won't be an issue since they are ghosted. That may just be their courtesy. They might have just paused the game to go in ghost mode to not impede these guys. It was good by them. Because Mean Fern actually picked up a 3-second time penalty for blue flags right there. That's a bit unfair. It looked like they were ghosted. I mean, how do you impede if you're ghosted?
So right now, New Zealand is the leader actually technically, because he's got less than 3 seconds to Chandler.
Yeah, he's closed it in. So he's gotten those 3 tenths that Chandler had over them. Oh, this is so marginal. Oh, Scappy's retired from the session. Will this cause a late race?
Wow.
I don't think so. Yeah,
I haven't seen a safety car in this game.
Yeah, when there's only a few to go, I doubt you're gonna see something. But yeah, Chandler's got to be putting together 2 qualifying laps right here if he wants to keep this lead, because it's 2.7 now. So as it stands, as it stands, New Zealand Ryan is going to be your winner if they keep these gaps as the race continues. I think Alan Hugo may have used up what he's got on those mediums. Once again, those mediums do wear out faster than those hards, and Jared and Ryan have been able to hold him off rather easily. He's never really even made that much of a look on them, so I don't know. He might be able to throw someone up the inside here, but Looks like they may have him covered off as Webster picks up another penalty, securing his position for the for Dylan's
Biggest
illustrious award tonight.
He's now doing
Yeah.
donuts.
Oh, geez, as we actually saw contact between Ferrari Nut and Mean Fern going up the hill there as they are side by side. These guys are going at it for 12th place. The 12th was something they're really fighting for, but I don't know, maybe just trying to show what pace they've got for next season. But yeah, looks like we're going to be coming up to the white flag here, and Chandler has not had the lap that he needs to stay within 3 seconds ahead of New Zealand Ryan. So as it stands, New Zealand Ryan may be your winner, but as I say that, Jared has gained a lot of time in that last corner. Jared's going to be right in position to make a move.
Look at that.
Opening the DRS in the slipstream, goes to the right, side by side for the lead as they go into the first corner. And it looks, geez. Was that Chandler? Chandler has slid in the first corner on the last lap as the two behind him
huge battle.
going off the track. What about is Alan Hugo? That goes up into third place. Well done by Alan Hugo to go up to third. Let's see if he can pass Jared here for the win, because this, we got to say right now, Chandler is out of it. Only 7/10 ahead. He's not going to be able to gain 2.3 seconds on this final lap. Hugo's going to have to make a desperation move to get around Jared.
He's going to
win this race. As New Zealand Ryan goes up the inside, it spins into the ground.
Ryan's around.
Oh man, so Alan,
and that's going to be that's going to be devastating for Ryan. He was going to get third because that's within 3 seconds, but now he's out of it. So now he's not even going to be on the podium.
What a finish for these guys right here.
That was the podium right there.
Has lost a lot of time. Jared has gained a lot of time on him, and Alan was late on the brakes there in the final quarter to try and gain as much time back as he can to try and make a move. Looks like Jared's going to try and make a move for fun across the line, but
close.
If only there wasn't a penalty, that would have been an incredible finish, but there was. BRL Jared is your winner. Great race by him as they make contact after the finish line. Looks like New Zealand Ryan will finish in third, as I think Alan did have a penalty. So Alan will finish fourth. New Zealand Ryan is on the podium here tonight. But as long as you're Ham Newton,
Jared with the win.
It's over. Your champion for this season of VRL is Chandler Seda, as Ham Newton did not have the night that he needed to keep it alive going to the final round of Abu Dhabi. So well done by Chandler to put it away. May not have been the finish he wanted to put it away, but either way, it was good enough to win the championship. He's your champion. Well done by him. Ham Newton will have to try next year. But man, what a race we had tonight.
Absolutely. Just a great battles.
Man.
Great crashes.
Looked like they got desperate there on the last lap.
Oh yeah, no, it was all or nothing there, and you could see that from Ryan. Ryan was going all in, unfortunately.
Ryan, yeah. I mean, Ryan. I'm used to him making more educated decisions, and that
it's difficult, man.
It was Jared. No, it was Hugo. Hugo was just taking the racing line, and he's not going to give you the room on the inside. And Ryan just chucked it up the inside like he wasn't given that room. And
to his credit, I mean, he didn't have much to lose. I think last lap it was for the podium there. I think he obviously could have been more. A little bit, maybe with a couple more corners to make the move, but last lap, all or nothing. I think it's all right. Wow, a lot of penalties. Jeez.
Well, either way, there you have it. BRL Jared is your winner. With Chandler Seda, it's his day, as he's just won the championship. And got to give all the credit in the world to this guy. He has really improved his pace over the last year and a half. Really, he was a midfield to back marker driver early in his league racing career. Now he's easily one of the threats to contend week in, week out. So well done by him this season, winning the championship. And I mean, driver of the day. Who would you give driver of the day in this one?
It's a tough one. I think I'm gonna give it to Chandler. He pretty much just, dominated qualifying. Pretty much had the pace the whole race. The strategy, we were even down in the strategy. We were like, I don't know if he's gonna make it on the mediums, and he pulled through. So yeah, it's a great drive from him. Even to finish
All
second with
right. Well,
that penalty.
yeah. Well, we'll try to get him in the party here for the post-race interview. He is your champion. We gotta get him in here. Get the initial reaction after that race. So yep. So here he is. He's joining the party. Just make sure you got your party audio included. Actually, let's just double check some. Audio, but we did have it, and we can confirm that we do have it. So well done today by Chandler Sayers. He's now in the party. Maybe not the prettiest race, but you did what you needed to do to win the championship, and that's all that matters. How do you feel? Looks like he's actually just Chandler, you there? I don't know if we've got him. Oh, his mic died. Okay, so we'll give him 1 minute here. Here he is. All right, I'll reiterate that for you. You did what you needed to do. Maybe not the best race in the world, but either way, you're the champion. You did what you had to do. How does it feel right now?
It's great finally. Expecting it last race, and then 4 seconds in, it went to an end. But getting it this race is good, and that win was in my hands. But I had a freeze on like midway through the race and lost me 1.2 seconds in the first sector. Don't know what that was. That sucked. But then I started pulling a 3-second gap that I needed. And then started coming down once Ryan got through. But then I made that one mistake on the last lap, which put any chance of winning it down. But still get P2 after Ryan made a little mistake on the last lap is still good. And I said I did what I needed to do to get the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Something we noticed, you had us on our seats when it came to strategy from the beginning to the end there. You pitted a solid 4 to 5 laps between ahead of your competitors, and you put on a softer compound of tire. Were you struggling with the mediums near the end, or was it well managed the whole way through?
They were definitely going off, yeah, but around lap 25 is when they felt the worst. By the end, they were slowest, of course, but they didn't feel as bad, so I think I was able to drive them there. But that last lap, you could just tell there was nothing left. But I did that because the only way I was going to win that race was getting out of DRS, so I could pull a 3-second gap, and so that's what I did. I pitted early because I knew I have the tire wear, and tires don't wear too much here. So that was my goal, and I did have that gap, and then once that freeze happened, it dropped, and I brought it back up, and then it dropped again. But that was my plan, just get out of DRS and get that 3-second gap going.
Yeah, well, one last question for you, and we alluded to this a couple minutes ago. You have been one of the more impressive stories in relay racing as of recent. You've used to be one of the midfield to rear end pace kind of drivers, and you've really stepped it up over the last year. And now you're an elite contender, definitely in the world of F1 online. What do you have to say to drivers who are in the similar shoes as you used to be? What advice do you have for them to be able to take that next step and become a champion?
Yeah, I mean, just laps is what you need to do. I may have done a little bit too much already, over 10,000 laps on this game, but just laps is what you need to do to get quick. Less than a year ago, in January, I was qualifying 2 to 3 seconds off Ham every race, and now I'm to the point where I can out-qualify him by a couple tenths each race when it goes right. So that definitely shows the improvement I made just from doing laps and laps and laps.
All right, well, that's going to round it out.